Hi everyone, this is Julia here with Derek, Josh, and Tracy. We are Team Black Panther. Today we're going to be presenting on the past, present, and future of EdTech. First, we are going to go over the history of technology and education. Over the past 20 years, technology that enabled easy, reliable, and efficient sharing of information between two parties, a content creator and a content consumer, resulted in explosive growth in the EdTech sector. User-generated content was freely and widely shared across platform businesses, including blogs, applications, YouTube, social media, and Twitter. Online courses could be created by anyone with a smartphone and distributed via a platform like YouTube. Eventually, that led to channels and businesses that specialize in educational content. For example, Mystery Science, an innovative hands-on curriculum that teaches children to think like scientists. Digital achievement badges and certifications became a tool for people to prove their knowledge in particular areas to employers, and educational platforms used by teachers that allow students to complete schoolwork remotely, access grades, discussion posts, etc. Disruptive technologies emerged that enabled the easy and efficient transfer of information amongst two different groups. Data was then captured and analyzed to determine what content was being accessed and to inform the development of new material. The proliferation of mobile devices allowed for delivery of accessible information to a vast number of content consumers. A lot of disruption in EdTech has evolved from technology developed in other sectors, for example, YouTube and social media. We expect to see this sector influenced by developments in other sectors, especially as related to modes of information delivery. It is also important to note the rapid growth in EdTech during the peak of COVID-19, when schools were forced into online learning. This contributed heavily to the rise of remote schooling, where we are now seeing these technologies still being implemented and continue to grow. And now here's Tracy to talk about the current situation.
Platform and network business models continue to thrive in EdTech today because they connect content creators to content consumers. The quality of the content generated by creators has vastly improved since this market was established, and companies have emerged into this space to take advantage of the desire of learners to consume high-quality educational content. Apps have been created and sold into schools to provide students with an engaging digital learning experience, and online learning platforms like the one we use for this graduate level course have been developed to handle everything from delivering the learning material and engaging with students to processing final exams and deliverables. Digital maintenance of school records is commonplace, and teachers use a variety of classroom applications and tools to monitor student achievement and progress. Learning apps have become gamified to increase student interest. Value is often captured by subscriptions that are sold on a recurring basis to learning institutions. An endless variety of learning apps and tutoring services are available to consumers for use on any mobile device. Some examples of companies with active investments today by EdTech VC firm Learn VC include Brainly, which offers peer-to-peer homework support, PhotoMath, a smartphone math app providing walkthroughs of math problems, Class Dojo, a classroom management and parent communication app, OutSchool, which offers online classes for kids, and Prenda, a micro-school platform providing the tools needed to deliver curriculum to a small group of students. When we applied the explosive growth business model framework to these companies, we determined that all of these examples utilize platform and network business models. Some are also recurring purchase and/or viral. We did not encounter much in the way of disruptive technology, as this sector tends to be influenced by disruptive technologies pioneered in other sectors and adapted for educational purposes. According to Grandview Research, the global EdTech market was estimated to be worth $123.4 billion in 2022 and expected to expand at a compound annual growth rate of 13.6% between 2023 and 2030. In 2030, the market is expected to be valued at $348.4 billion. North America is the dominant geographic sector with over 36% of the revenue, though the Asia-Pacific market is expected to grow the fastest during this timeframe due to the rising prevalence of smart devices. And now I'll turn it over to Derek, who will talk about our team's vision for the future.
Our vision for the future in 20 years is that curriculums will reflect the skills mandated by emerging economies. Although college courses have existed online for decades, college campuses have remained largely unchanged despite accredited degree programs being offered completely online. And the vision for our education curriculum in 20 years will reflect future tertiary education where networks of professors and students can be connected through these, through platforms. This includes digitization, a shift towards global universities, commercialization of education, and personalized learning. This can be enabled through platforms that connect students with professors from reputable universities who teach content relevant to a student's curriculum of interest. The drivers of change within this timeframe would include a shift towards multi-institutional study experience, focusing on future skill sets, self-organized personal learning, and lifelong learning. The future university could incorporate a pay-per-class or pay-by-packages model where curriculums can be in an a la carte or a collection of relevant coursework. And one of the challenges that exist are that universities are finding it more and more challenging to assess the wide range of competencies that applicants bring with them and whether they fit the requirements of a job or a certain role. So our vision is that in 2040, technology will play an essential role in accreditation between universities, and proof of competency of students can be assessed. For example, one of the use cases is that learning paths will be saved into a blockchain and confirmed by colleagues and well-known institutions. Some first steps are promising that certifications and companies can work together with these universities, and a university could grant a degree to a student which then informs that company of an achievement. The company writes its achievement into an available ledger, verifies the correctness, and creates a certification information for the university and for the workplace. And this institution shares this information with the student. A future employer can simply approve the authenticity of a degree by assessing this node in a blockchain. We can see that this could also lead to a direct network effect that could stem from content delivery relevant to new and relevant skill sets that a partner organization is seeking. And from our knowledge of what network effects are, typically the greater number of buyers or sellers or users within a network, the greater the value that's created by the offering. In this case, we feel that the education platform primarily benefits from a direct network effect because the service's value grows as a direct result of attracting more users, thus introducing more transactional relationships between teachers and students. And I'll hand off the next slide about opportunities and value capture to Josh.
So 20 years from now, as universities decentralized, vast opportunities will arise to capture value throughout the value chain. Looking along the simplified value chain provided in this slide, it doesn't take a whole lot of imagination to come up with areas of interest from an investment perspective. Each of the 6 areas identified provide ample opportunities for savvy investors to capitalize on the coming changes. Areas of particular interest include credentialing and fraud prevention, as well as content delivery and creation services. Being able to verify the identity of a student who signed up for a course will be of utmost importance in ensuring that the completion of a course, certificate, or degree maintains its value. AI that will be employed to create content for courses and technology advancements in this area should be pursued heavily. Advancements in technology allowing new methods of content delivery should be another area of focus. Virtual and sensory learning environments will see many improvements over the next 20 years, and we will want to be at the forefront of those technological advancements. An area that may be uncoupled from the value chain is student life. What does student life look like if students are no longer centralized near a college campus? This opens up a new market for providing ways for students to connect with one another. This could happen in virtual reality settings or in-person meetups and hangouts if there are locations offering a concentration of students. Next, I'll talk about the factors that could shorten the timeline to 5 to 10 years. There are a few outside factors that could influence this timeline. The political environment can force changes of the school systems. Another pandemic isolation scenario could propel another big change in the sector. Declining student enrollment could force campus closures and push these resources into other avenues like the online spaces. Factors that we can influence. So there are modern forms of connectivity and multiple services delivery are powerful enough to eliminate school systems. Investments in technology that delivers information in new ways, and the development of advanced predictive analytics and artificial intelligence. For our investment thesis, we recommend launching a seed fund to back infrastructure and delivery technology and academic services focused on content creation, standards management, and fraud prevention that leverages the investors' experience in the EdTech sector. Thank you for watching our presentation.